Comics Plus, what is going on? My name is Akasan, joined by Figgy from the extension crew of Strugglenation / Ecomog. We just got out of Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2. We had lunch, and now we're just glossing over the end credits now, and we thought it'd probably be a good idea to kind of talk about that, the big thing. You know, I feel like this scene was so good that it probably should have been part of the actual movie because the whole thing was all about death, grief, getting over that sort of thing, and how to deal with everything. And then they kind of just threw this like out of nowhere. This big reveal like that. You know?
It just ended like, and then you get the credits and then the post credits. Like,
right.
Now that we're talking about it, it would have fit better if it was just like
it's interesting,
part of it, and then maybe you had another post credits, or just no post credits at all. You just had that be.
No. Okay, now technically, this end scene was actually separate from the grieving part, actually.
Yeah.
So but we view it all as one thing.
Yeah.
So I want to call her Letitia, but Shuri, she goes out to finally satisfy her mother's needs and her wishes of actually grieving properly. Goes out with, I believe, T'Challa's funeral outfit.
Yeah, like the gown.
The white funeral outfit, and proceeds to burn it like her mother instructed, so she could finally grieve. And that was a very important thing. Cut to credits. The credits start running, and what was kind of beautiful about those credits is like you actually see T'Challa's uniform being torn away, and then to finally reveal the new Black Panther as Shuri. Then the real end credits start is you see Nakia walk out with a little person next to her, and they didn't even have to say anything after that.
Yeah, you kind of knew immediately.
I knew where they were going. I was like, I started screaming, and as much as you can scream in a
Japan,
Japanese audience, and no reaction. There was like literally no reaction.
Yeah, it was dead quiet.
Yeah. When now this is spoiler territory, so when Killmonger showed up, I think I was the only one. I was like, oh shit, they brought him back like that.
Yeah, that was a surprising way to bring him back.
I thought that was a good way to do it.
And it made sense with the story that they were telling in terms of at least the how she. It made sense, the connection that they made between her and him.
Right, which I actually kind of liked. I like if here's the thing. Here's my thing. If Shuri became, and there was no way they were going to end the movie like this, but if she was a vengeful panther, I'm not going to lie, I would have much rather had fucked with that. Dude.
I would have been okay
if
she actually went through with it. Like, I think that would have, like, it would have been interesting.
It would have been such a dark ending, though, for Black Panther. They couldn't have her up here fucking murdering Namor or something like that.
It would have went against a lot of like the themes that they were kind of trying to push.
Right, and they needed like that, but I'm not gonna lie, when she did the whole Wakanda Forever and fried his ass, some fucking fried fish like they were at Sizzler or something, I was like, oh shit, dude. I was like, I kinda like this particular direction. But you know, they had to clean it up at the end. But you know, the inclusion, the fact that T'Challa actually had a secret love child with Nakia is that's a sorry. I'm holding it, guys. I'm just holding it. So we're gonna just be looking down on you because my arm's getting tired. The fact that T'Challa just had some secret love child or something like that with Nakia. At first, I was like, "Wow, that was a shock." But at the same time, you know what? I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. My inner workings of it, I'm not big on Shuri being Black Panther.
Yeah,
but I'm acceptable with it for now. I'm okay with it now, and the fact that T'Challa is not necessarily being replaced, but
he still has his legacy, his name is still being carried on.
Very different from the comics, but you know, I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with this situation. Phase 4, Phase 5, possibly Phase 6. Shuri is Black Panther. But as time goes by, T'Challa's son will inherit the mantle of the Black Panther, and I'm all for that. Honestly, I'm good with that.
It's a lot of like build up for future stuff with him as like where they can take it. Because he looked like, how old was he? Like maybe
he looked like 4. 5? You think like 8?
I want to say close. Yeah, like 8, maybe like 7.
Really? Okay.
He didn't seem that young. Like he seemed like at least maybe like 6, 7. Because he was speaking well. Like
that's a good point.
He seemed like a pretty.
That's a good point. Do you think that they would include him like I was almost thinking they could do like a Superman, Jonathan Kent thing, which everybody thinks is a horrible idea, but they did age. They
aged him up.
He went through some sort of magic chamber, and he became like an adult or something like that.
I mean, that could be an option. Like with all the weird like multiverse and like
fair enough
time jumping stuff that they're doing, like it could be something that happens where it's just like
that's not a bad idea. Actually, you made a great point. Is the fact that now that we have established that T'Challa has a son, what about in Secret Wars, which is what everything is building up to?
Yep.
They bring in a multiverse T'Challa, I forgot what his actual name is or whatever, but T'Challa's kid as the adult Black Panther, similar to some of the Justice League stories in the animated series where
it's like different versions.
Where Green Lantern and Hawkgirl, they have a child, and his name is Connor or something like that, and you see him from the future like that, and he's part of that's not a bad, but I kind of honestly I kind of liked it because I think that was like the best.
It was like the freshest thing because like we were talking about it before. Like I'm not big into a lot of the Marvel like comic stuff. So like when I asked him, I was like, oh, is this like a run?
To my knowledge, no.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, no. I could be wrong though, but all I know is that Shuri was Black Panther for a while. The Panther God laughed at her. It was like, ha ha ha, you ain't even a real one. You know, like and relinquished the title shortly after T'Challa came back from the dead or something like that. So no, I don't know about the whole son thing, but you know, I'm okay with this. I would have preferred a recast, honestly, only because I would have loved to have seen the rivalry between Namor and T'Challa. Both being kings of their kingdom. And like he just pitched like the craziest story to me about what like the original story could have been. Like what you were saying earlier.
So I know like the original, I think Ryan Coogler came out and said that the original idea was like T'Challa dealing with the like post-snap kind of deal, like dealing with post-snap of him not being there and like something happening in Wakanda or whatever.
During the blip.
During the blip.
The decimation.
So I know he didn't go too deep into it, but like we were kind of talking back and forth and being like, oh, like what if Namor attacked during the blip and he was gone and now he has to deal with he wasn't there to save his people. He wasn't there like when his country needed him most. Dealing with that struggle and like
I like the whole idea of like based on what we just saw in Wakanda Forever, this idea that look, a bad guy took your father and you forgave him, but a bad guy killing your mother, that's a whole nother situation. And you weren't there to protect. Like there's so many layers of depthness that would basically kind of do the BVS thing on a whole nother level. That was pretty cool. But what we got, I'm okay with. It's not exactly what I would have wanted, but I also understand without fumbling the canon too much or to make things too complicated in terms of like, oh, well, this is a different actor. I'm like, I don't have a big deal with it, but I also understand how important Chadwick was to some people. So I'm okay with this.
Like we mentioned before, given everything going on with the movie, I think they did their best and it still was a solid showing.
Yeah, I think it did good, Well, there you go. That was it for the end credits. I heard that there was rumor that they took out the Doctor Doom thing. I don't think that was a feasible thing. In the overall scheme of things, I still wish Phase 4... I wish Phase 4 was actually building up to something. We didn't see anything, so hopefully Ant-Man will be the movie.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the movie, just from the trailer. And I know there was like a leaked trailer from the expo that was different from the trailer that we saw publicly. And the one thing I saw there was like, okay, like, you know.
No, I think Phase 4 definitely deserves its nickname of Phase Bore, but there were some gems in there. I just wish that at the beginning with Shang-Chi, that end credits there, I just wish it tied into something. It's been 2-something years, and it's like,
we still don't,
what was the point of all that, So I wish it was a little quicker, but I also understand pandemic, corona,
maybe
dying,
maybe all this buildup will eventually, we just haven't seen what it's all building up to, so it's like, right now it's very lukewarm, but maybe once we actually see the payoffs, then we can be like, okay, in retrospect, maybe Phase 4 wasn't as bad.
Red Red Nation, stand up, speak up, that's it. What did you guys think of the end credit scene? How are you feeling about this? T'Challa with the like kind of illegitimate. Did they get married? Did Nakia and them secretly get married or something?
Yeah, I thought it was like illegitimate.
Right? It's a love child.
They didn't approve of it, right? Because it was like she was like.
No, her whole deal was like T'Challa felt like it would be better to keep him away from the kingdom and all this other shit, and like. I'm like, yeah, we understand that they have to just come up with anything.
Yeah.
So did they legitimately get married secretly, or like, you know, like, I mean, I would believe that, like, Nakia was not down for the royalty you know, she didn't want anything, so they just secretly got married, Game of Thrones style or some shit. I don't know. Anyways, we'll talk to you on the next one. We're out of here, guys. Peace.